I'm down here fixing this hose thing for my mom, and I look up and see this shit. Woman, explain yourself. Claire, I wanted to show you, if you have a sink like this and it constantly hangs down, all you do is take this weight, well, mine has a weight, and move it to the other side. You're good. Boom. Fixed. Hey, woman, you want to use CLR and not my holy water?
Use my CLR.
Whatever. It's like 5 minutes and you could see the gunk. Yummy.
Delicious.
You look like a beautiful woman with chemo hair, darling. It's 30 minutes in. Nasty bitch. She's like a brand new woman.
Wow.
Look how far. In case you need to take it to the shower and wash your ass. I give a little gentle scrub and now she's beautiful.
One of the challenges of owning a private business in my city is having people defecate on your land whenever they want. That plus dirty needles kind of makes it a health hazard for a lot of the employees. But that's why people call me, so they don't get fined every single month by city ordinances. But that's exactly what we're here to do today with this project that I'm working on. This is actually the second time I've done a job for this company, and it looks like we'll be coming back here a lot more often in the future. But honestly, kudos to this company for paying for this cleanup service so that their employees don't have to go through this. But pretty light day today. This is what the finished results look like, and make sure to follow for more. Alright, this is a pretty typical cleanup job for me, so let's see how fast I can knock it out. So the first step was to start at the doorway and begin bagging everything up. I was mostly on my own for this one, and the yarn made it so difficult to load up. And eventually I had to resort to using shovels to get everything bagged up. I was pretty happy getting to work on this project because there was no fecal matter to worry about for once. This job really does keep me on my toes because I honestly have no idea what I'll be walking into on any given day. So after I got about half of the contents loaded up, I had to move the mattress to see what we were working with. And this is what I uncovered. So it was really no big deal at all because I just got to use my shovel to load the rest of the stuff up. This is low-key my favorite part about the job because you get to make such a big difference in a pretty short amount of time. So once I got all the contents removed, I went ahead and checked out the fridge and cleared that out because it was a little bit messy. And I also got to clean out the sink, which was really satisfying, not gonna lie. But once that was all finished, I finally got to the end and this is what it looked like. So I was really happy with how things turned out and I hope you guys are too. But if you guys want to see more stuff like this from me in the future, go ahead and press that follow button.
Do you visit your friends and family's homes and just want to help them clean? I was at my mom's house today and offered to do a deep clean on her dishwasher for her. This dishwasher was designed differently than I had ever seen before, so it took me a little while to figure out how to take it all apart. Once I removed all the pieces that I could, I ran a cycle with a bowl of vinegar on the top shelf and baking soda sprinkled on the bottom. While that was running, I scrubbed all the interior components with my Rubbermaid Reveal, and once it was done, I scrubbed down the interior of the dishwasher. Deep cleaning your dishwasher will make it last longer and give you cleaner dishes.
Today's Tool Tuesday, the show where I talk about the tools I use that make my life as a crime scene cleaner much easier. Today I want to talk about the gloves I use to help keep my hands protected from all that nasty stuff I clean up every day. The main reason we use these gloves is for their level 4 cut protection. So it's just one of the extra things we do to keep our hands safe from sharp objects like needles and things like that. I also really like them because they help protect your hands against really nasty things like inside refrigerators or when we're moving big heavy objects. And like always, I'll leave the link to this product in my bio so you guys can go grab a pair for yourself.
The bottom of my 7-quart cast iron started to flake. Let me show you how I fixed it. This is a total process, but definitely worth the effort. I started with the rust eraser and got as much of it off as I could. Then I boiled equal parts of white vinegar and water in the bottom of it for 10 minutes. The acidity from the vinegar is going to help loosen any of the debris that's left on the bottom of the pot. Once the 10 minutes is over, we need to go back and wash it one more time. This time with the chainmail scrubber and a little bit of soap. Trigger warning for those of you who really are against using soap in your cast iron. I put it back on the burner just to make sure it was good and dry, and I went back to scouring it with the rust eraser. This process is going to take several minutes, so you're going to have to be patient and really put your back into it. After about 20 minutes of scrubbing with the rust eraser, you can see that the bottom seasoning has almost all been removed. As you can see, the bottom of the pot is almost down to all bare iron. Some of it just won't come up, and that's okay. Next, we want to make sure it's really clean, so you are going to have to wash again with some soap and wipe it out really well to make sure there's no debris left in the pot. Now, it's time to put it on a burner, wipe it out, make sure it's really dry, oil it up, and put it in the oven at 400 degrees for 1 hour.
Unicorns on my mind. What pill you want me to inhale, baby? I wanna make you want me. Boy, just scream like yeah, 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 yo.
While in North Carolina last week, I learned 2 important things. 1, it's pronounced iron, not iron. And 2, iron out really works. I cannot keep the toilet bowls in the rental house clean, so tonight I opened the tank and they were not orange, they were black. I added the iron out and not 5 minutes later, it was completely clear.
Someone suggested to put a knitted bag over this. I got some cheesecloth and fixed it on the inside so it can catch any debris. Then I added some white vinegar, and I added a couple of dishwasher pods because everyone seems to think that they're going to magically clean this thing. And then I turned the tub on and let it go for about 15-20 minutes. And this time there's not a whole lot of debris floating around stuck to the sides of the tub. But there is still a bunch of stuff floating around, you can see. And I'm so glad I put this cheesecloth on because that is disgusting. I'm going to do another run of the oh yuck stuff.
Alright, today's day number 5 of this giant hoarding project, and yesterday we turned this room into this. So the first thing we wanted to do today was to get the furniture items out of the house first because they were pretty badly contaminated. And then we went ahead shoveling the rest of the trash out until we got to the washer and dryer, which we couldn't dispose of right away because they were full of liquid. So I took out the wet vac, sucked it all up, and was finally able to dispose of it properly. But then we had quite the treat ahead of us with this giant refrigerator full of spoiled food, which was no trouble at all because we've definitely had worse in the past, and so once all that food was taken out, we could finally take the refrigerator to the dump. And then all we had left to do was the pantry, which took quite a bit of time, but we were finally able to turn this into this. But it's been a really long 5 days, so it felt really good to have all that stuff finally taken out of the house. But this is what the finished results look like, and I really hope you guys like it. But it's been an absolutely crazy past couple of days working on these projects and videos, so I really hope you guys like this series, and if you haven't seen the previous 4 days, make sure to check that out on my TikTok and my YouTube channel.
I look into your eyes, it is like paradise. I'm gonna be there next to you.